Hey guys, so it's another Saturday that's just had a long week. So I'm sorry if I look really tired. I just decided that since I really only did the review based off of the fit for an astigmatism and how my prescription was, it's been a good while since I first got them, and I've gotten really used to them. So I feel a lot better about them now than I did when I did my review. My review was still, a week after the fact, so it's not like I had just popped them in my eyes and started talking about them. But it's been a good couple of weeks, and I just came back from a business trip, so I was even traveling with them and really wearing them for extended periods of time. Had just back-to-back lectures, so I, again, was abusing them by having prolonged, time of having my eyes open, maybe not blinking as much as I should be for moisture content and all that. So I really haven't been babying them or just wearing them out, or that, how some people just wear them out. I've been like using them. So using them to, take notes, see a presentation in a massive room from across. So really been using my prescription. And in these conferences, because it's business, you're not just putting in a full day from 8:30 until 6 and then going to your room and taking your contacts out. I mean, immediately after that, you are mingling, you're networking, you're talking to people, you're at the bar, you are making the nice, ordering dinner. I mean, we were eating dinner at like 9 o'clock at night. So by the time I'm actually going to bed, it's like 11 or midnight. So, I had them in the whole freaking time. So, I'm a little bit hoarse because of all the talking. So anyway, it was a full week. It was 5 days of this. So if I'm a little hoarse at the end of it, anyone would be. It's not just me. So we're all very, very exhausted. So anyway, if it gives you an idea of the kind of use I've been getting out of them, if you really look at what's recommended for contacts, I've been abusing them, been wearing them well over the recommended 8-hour period. And I haven't been pawing at my eyes like, where you're just like dying to get them out. A colleague of mine did, and she was actually asking me about mine because she was just like bloodshot because, we're both putting in the same amount of hours. She had to switch to her glasses, and I noticed a lot of us were suddenly, at the bar wearing our glasses, and I wasn't. And she knows I wear contacts. And that's just because I tell her things. Not because it was obvious. I mean, the bartender, it's like everyone's complimenting my eye color. So it's not like it's obvious, but because she knows me and I've told her about it, because her and we exchange our fun finds and things that we recommend to each other. So for that reason, she was impressed that I still had mine in, and hadn't switched to my glasses like everyone else did. So it's empowered me to try a few other colors. I know that I'm very happy with the ones I have. These are the Ipanema color, and although they are very gray, when I first got them, I actually wasn't happy with the color. I wasn't upset. I wasn't disappointed. But I expected them to be not so striking. I really expected them to be a bit darker. These are really light, so you can see them in the camera. In this lighting, I have sunlight, so this is a window. So you can see the very pale green. It's a very, very pale, like spring green right in here. It is not obvious indoors, though. Indoors, I look like I just have a gray blue eye. You really don't see the green in certain lighting. It's only in sunlight when you really start to pick up on the greens that are in here. And obviously you can see the light brown in the middle where my own eye is, just because it's bright. So my iris is shrinking, and so it's exposing more of my own natural color. right there. I do have a green outer ring, so it does actually blend really well with this, the outer blue ring. But so anyway, so since you guys have already seen what these look like on me, I thought I would show you 3 other colors. And I am going to just kind of pick them at random. I think these are the blue. So these are just kind of the regular blue color. These are all hydrocore. But these are not the Rio color. This is just the hydrocore blue, azul or azul, or, you know, whatever your accent is. Castilian, it's going to be a TH, the azul. So these are just the blue. And if you can see them inside there, really you only notice the ring. These are really light. It kind of freaks me out. But nothing's as scary as the Paratis because these things are white. So I'm really shocked how they look in the bottle, and I'm curious as to what they will look like on me. So that's the Parati, which I really was expecting was a blue, and I'm a bit shocked that I don't see any blue in there at all. I see white. So I'm thinking the azul is going to be more of what I was going for. And then, of course, I have Copacabana because I've always loved green. And the little bit of green that my hazel eyes naturally have has always been the thing I've wanted to bring out. And when I was younger, I'd do it with makeup and really try to bring out that green. And these are like spring green. If you can see that. Focus. There we go. Super light as well. So a little freaked out. We'll see what they look like in actual lighting in a minute. I'm going to go into my bathroom and properly do this because you need to wash your hands. I've just touched all of these bottles. I don't know where these bottles have been. They probably are dusty. I have no idea who else touched them. So they're, you know, my hands are dirty already. So I'm going to go into my bathroom, wash my hands, put them in, and I will be right back here so you can see them in natural lighting. Okay, so I'm a little bit blind. These are not prescription. But I have to say, first off, I'm really shocked at how thin these are. I mean thin as in they were just like folding up on themselves. Were a little bit weird to get in. But I don't know if that's because for astigmatism they have to be thicker on the bottom. I'm just used to that thickness of them just kind of holding their own shape on their own. So anyway, maybe it's just an odd observation for me and my prescription. But anyway, I'm not impressed with them at all. Not at all. No buyer's remorse here with my prescription ones. These really do look fake to me. Looking at them in my own mirror, I mean, it's so obvious that they're not my eyes. You can see a lot of my natural color. You can see it's a green brown, almost honey. There's no actual golds in there. But yeah, I'm not feeling it at all. These are pretty bad. If you have really dark eyes, I mean, you're just gonna see, like, I feel like I see half of my eye. And yeah, that's kind of not cool. Plus, the spirally design really doesn't look realistic to me at all. It looks like a design. It doesn't look like it came from nature. I don't know how to say that. It looks artistic, which is cool if that's what you're going for. But no one is going to look at my eye and think for a second that these are mine. I mean, look at how big that middle is. It looks like Desio. They're just too much of my natural colors exposed. And it doesn't mix very well. It's an obvious ring. You can see. Yeah. So not happy about those. I don't recommend them at all. I mean, unless your eye is naturally blue, which at that point, I mean, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm not happy about these at all. So next, I guess I'll try the Copacabana. So we'll go back to the Rio collection, and we'll see how the rest of Rio fares. Okay, so I'm back with the Copacabanas, and they look very yellow when you pull them out. So here they are on, and I mean, on me, they look more natural because they do bring out the greens that I know are there, but I'm really not liking the yellow halo. Do you guys see that? It's kind of weird. I'm not digging that at all. So instead of having a nice ring around them to really kind of block off that color, these remind me of like years ago when I was in middle school, when you would get the enhancers. They didn't change the color. They just had a tint, like how traditionally contacts always had a blue tint so that if you dropped it, you could see it. So they weren't crystal clear. So the tints were just had a little more pigmentation, but they by no means, like they wouldn't make a brown eye blue. It's just if you had dark blue eyes and you wanted to kind of bring out more, like brighten them, you could brighten them. So I would get the greens to brighten the green parts of my eye to really enhance it. So that's what these remind me of. These remind me of the tints. I am not at all convinced that these will change your eye color. I could be wrong, but can you see how light they are? I mean, guys, just not impressed. I'm really not. Like, I am not sold in like the slightest. I'm not sold on these. I'm really not happy with them at all. I'm so glad I didn't. I thought about getting these, and I'm so glad I didn't. If I had spent the $200 on this color, I would have been so disappointed. You guys would be seeing a very different video online than the one that I did. I would be super upset. So really not impressed at all. I know there's a lot of videos online where people are just like shocked and floored and like, OMG. So I'm not calling anyone a liar. I'm just giving you an honest opinion of my own eye color. I don't know. I'm not happy with them at all. I mean, in the light, I barely really notice a change. So, right in this window, they look so similar to what I'm used to with my own eye. Like, it's not punchy. I'm just not seeing a huge benefit to wearing them, really. So anyway, if you already have light eyes, these will be great for you because, you saw just how translucent they were. But I just don't have the confidence to say if you have dark eyes, these are going to change them. They are just tinting mine. So, and mine are not dark brown, they have brown. But there are definitely eye colors that come darker than mine, and I'm not going to mislead you and say these will turn them green. I don't think they will. I feel like these are tints. So last and hopefully not least, I hope I see more change. I'm going to go with the Parati next. So I'll be right back. Okay. So here we are with the Parati, which is really what everyone expects to see out of Solotica. I gotta say, I am still firmly a believer that my original choice was the best choice. So looking into a mirror, because I'm kind of blind right now, so I need something a little close up since I'm nearsighted. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know about these. They are so light that, and the pictures online are so deceiving. They really make these out to look like they are a actual blue. These are not blue. These are white. I mean, these are an off-white. So, if we look at them, here in the room, look at how light they are. I mean, these are just crazy light, and there's just no real transition from my natural color to these. So they're so hard to match. They really are. They are so hard to match these. I mean, what kind of eye color would you need for these to have a nice blend? You would have to have really light eyes already. So even though these are changing my actual eye color, maybe if I'm in some darker lighting where my iris isn't quite as big, they're not as bad. But, when you have this much contrast between your natural color and the one you're putting on top, there really has to be a good fade out, or a good blending of color. And I just I don't see that. I don't see it. I really don't. I don't see it at all. If I look really close, and if this will focus. Anyway, there's a slight pixelation, but that's not a gradient. That's not a blending. It's just not. It's not blending at all. It's just kind of ending and then allowing your natural color to show through. So, yeah, kind of disappointed. And I know there's a lot of really hard sells out there. There are a lot of videos that make it sound like these are just groundbreaking. And although the Parati really do change your eye color because the contrast is so high, it's just a hard sell. It really is. So anyway, you guys make your own decision. If you already have blue eyes, but it's a dark blue, like a royal blue, and you just feel like no one notices, you could probably do these, and it might actually look really nice. It actually might look like you have light blue that goes to dark blue. But on my eyes, I get no blue from it at all. I just get a whitish gray, and then blending into the darker part of my eye, which is a brown. So I'm just not getting a nice effect at all. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. You guys have listened to me long enough, so I'm going to let you all go and make your own decision. So, not to toot my own horn, I think I made the right choice the first time with with the Ipanema. I'm super happy with them. I get a ton of compliments on them. And I don't feel weird about my natural color in them. So I guess it really just takes you trying them out to know. But again, darker lighting, these are probably really convincing. But here in natural light, it's not even that bright. It's not shining directly on me. It's actually going in front on the house in front of me. So I'm just not super confident in these at all. But you make your own decision. I'll let you guys go and have a great weekend. Bye.